Hello, hello. Good day and welcome to everyone. I'm Rama. In this beautiful day, actually, this is a beautiful day. In transmitting live from the northeast of Brazil in this special day. And I mean it. I mean it. Today is a special day. Today, here in the southern part of this planet, but there in Selena's place in Saudi Arabia, in the northern hemisphere, all of us, this planet is experiencing a collective moment, a complete communal experience. Today, I'm saying this in a poetical way, but actually, this day specifically, this day it's a special day. We used to call this in our schools. We used to learn about this, the astronomical phenomenon called solstice, right? This moment, sometimes we confuse it with the equinox, and is it when the sun and the earth and sometimes we don't remember that properly, but this is a special moment. Specifically here in the south, we have the shortest day. In the northern hemisphere, you have the longest day. So it proposes a specific event, some condition that got the attention of many traditions, not just the Andean people, but if you go to the Mayas, if you go to the older traditions in Europe, and then influencing into Christianity, for instance. Actually, this day in the Christian traditions, they celebrate Saint John's Day. Sorry, Saint Joseph. Joseph, is it Joseph in English? I think. Well, there are celebrations specifically in this day. And why is that? Well, people from all the ages during the story of the humanity, they realized that this moment, this specific moment, the solstice, put us in a position of change, recognizing the longest date or the shortest day. It make us inhabit time as cyclical. So today, in the Andean traditions, in the southern hemisphere, we celebrate in Quechua language the Inti Raymi. Inti Raymi. That means the celebration of the sun. Maybe you can say, if you followed what I said, this is the shortest day. So is it the celebration of the sun? Why is that? You have the shortest day. We are about to enter the winter time. So why is that? Well, the Inti Raymi, the 21st of June, correspond to the other date, which is the opposite and complementary, the 21st of December. We call it Kapach Raymi. So in the opposite side, if you are in the northern hemisphere, the Inti Raymi is in the 21st of December. The 21st of June, you celebrate the Kapach Raymi. So today, for instance, Amandine is in Paris. So they are celebrating the Kapach Raimi. So both extremes of a relationship, two poles of a cycle. The Earth getting a lot of influence of the sun or a very short influence of the sun. We live from what we eat, and what we eat is related to the environment that let this food grow or being collected. So obviously, even that you are not an agricultural, a farmer, or me or anyone around you, we depend on this very very beautiful dance between the planet, the sun, specifically planet and the sun, as well the moon, as well other planets influencing in the earth, but specifically the earth and the sun. So that relationship allows us to be abundant, to have bananas. Bananas are growing just a few meters away from here. Cashew nuts are growing closer to here. Life is abundant or life is on hold. In the wintertime, we are waiting for letting this fragile moment of the cycle to end. So when we get back to spring and summer, we recover the abundance, right? That's cyclical, that happened during all our life. So, Inti Raymi, the 21st of June here, Inti Raymi, the 21st of December in the Northern Hemisphere, is a moment of, and this is the key word for it, lack. It's the moment where in Quechua language we call it huacha. It's a moment of difficulties. It's a moment of need. This is the central concept of the Inti Raymi. We are in need. We are in a fragile position. We're about to enter to the winter. We have a very short day. And we will establish a relationship of devotion with the sun to bring him, because it's a father, in the Andean tradition is a father, the sun is the father, to bring him back to us. So the ritual of the Inti Raymi today here in the Southern Hemisphere is a prayer from the lack, from the need, from the fragility, from the vulnerability, from the humbleness, a prayer to ask Taita Inti to come back. That's the central idea of the Inti Raymi. In the opposite side, the Kapach Raymi, it's the moment where if the Inti Raymi is lack, in the Kapach Raymi is overflow, abundance, expansion, flowering. It's like coming out, transbording, right? Like overflowing. Everything that is expansive is in the Kapach Raymi. The Kapach Raymi is that moment where you give away, you celebrate the abundance, right? So now in the southern hemisphere, the Inti Raymi is where you ask for the Father of the sky. So who which archetype is related to this lack, to this need, to this fragility? The archetype of the child, a boy, a girl who is in need, is needy, a needy boy, a needy girl. We are crying out to be listened for our needs, our lack, our difficulties to get what we need, our suffering. This is the moment, the Inti Raymi, to offer from the child that we are, you and me, all of us, even that we are grown ups, we are adults, and at the same time, we have a child aspect. That child aspect is the aspect that is pushing us to be needy, to be in lack. And if you listen to this, you will say, well, I don't want to be in lack. I don't want to be needy. Well, that's our culture, even the way some branches of psychology take this is like a negative aspect of ourselves. We don't want to be in lack. We don't want to be needy. But in the Andean traditions, lack and overflow are both parts of a kind of relationship between ourselves, between me and the divine, me and the others. We all the times we all the time are in a cycle between lack and overflow. Huascha, the need, kapach, the overflow. Those two aspects are present in our life all the time. And it pushes us to connect with each other. In the position of lack, I'm asking for help. I'm asking I'm asking to be listened to. I'm asking because I'm in suffering, I'm in pain. And that pushed me from the need to a very important aspect of the relationship, which is the desire. I am coming from the need to the desire, connecting with the other. In the other position, if I'm in this expansion of overflow, naturally, that position puts me in a responsibility, but more than responsibility, in a need of giving to others what I have in excess, giving to others this overflowing abundance, sharing with others, letting the ones who are in need to be given from this excess, this overflow. So both kapach and huacha, both overflow and lack, are terms of relationship. In our society, in the cultures we live on, in the dominant hegemonic way of thinking, the lack is what we individually don't want to be. Obviously, we don't want to be in lack, and we are pushing ourselves to come out of lack as soon as we can. And in the other position, when I'm in in success, right? If I'm a winner, if I'm in this overflowing state, I'm going to enjoy myself. So it's an individualistic quality, the lack and the overflow, the abundance. Both are just individualistic. But in the Andes, they push these both aspects to interconnect with the other, push us to find a way to connect with the other, even if we are in lack or if we are in overflow. So today, in the Inti Raymi, we're gonna give to the divine presence of the sun. That's the central image, from the child to the childish sun. In the Andes, they have this image of the sun in different qualities. The sun is not the same all the time. Sometimes the sun is a child. It's called Churi Inti. This is the day of the sun being born. Today is a baby. Today the sun is just a baby. And in the 21st of December, in the summer's solstice, the sun is an adult, is a grown up, is Apu Inti. Apu Inti is the 21st of December. Churi Inti is today. It's like a little baby. It's like a little baby. So that baby and my baby are crying out together to be connected again. And the connection with the sun, it has a poetic description. It's called Intihuatana. Intihuatana. Intihuatana means literally, Watana means string or cord or rope, you can say, rope. Inti means the sun. So a rope, a string to tie up the sun. And what's that image means? Well, the sun is not there just by chance. The sun is coming out every day, not because of astronomical laws. The sun is coming out because I love him. I need him. My devotion is holding the sun every day. So the sun comes out because I love him. I need him because he's my father. I mean, it sounds like superstition for many of us. We grow up coming out of that ideas. Well, maybe we need to come back to that poetic position, close, intimate position. The sun as my father. The sun as the father that is giving me the light. So today, we are going to reconcile our relationship with the Father of the sky through our devotion. And the way we are nourishing that string, that cord, that bridge between the sun and me is a golden string. In the Andes, in the Incas' time, in the Tahuantinsuyo's time, when the Spanish arrived, they described that in the Inti Raymi, in this day, in this celebration, they used to take out from the temples a string, a cord, a rope made of gold with threads made of gold, 30 meters long. and they represented that connection between people and the sun, landscape and the sun. In Tihuatana, it's not just this poetic rope between me and the sun. They named it a very special place in some sacred places around the Andes. For instance, Machu Picchu. In Machu Picchu, in the center of Machu Picchu, I mentioned this because maybe you have heard of it. This very spectacular site. In the center of Machu Picchu, there's like a little hill made of pure rock. And on top of that, there's a shaped stone. And on top of that stone, there's how can you describe this? A piece of stone pointing up to the sky. The 21st of June, that stone was used to represent or present the landscape in connection with the sun. They used to practice some rituals to communicate energetically from the land to the sun, creating a rope of intention, of prayers, of energy between the sun. I'm pointing out because the sun is just up my head, and the landscape. No, it was not just a human thing. It was the landscape communicating with the sun, especially the landscape, because the earth needs that heat, that light. The crops needs to grow in the soil. So the sacred places used to perform those rituals to connect the sun and the landscape. So that's a beautiful practice, a beautiful ritual. It has different ways to be performed, and I want to invite you to play with me and experience this possibility of ritualize my connection, our connection with the sun. What we are going to offer, because we are going to create an offering from our body, we won't use any objects today. We're going to offer to the sun our lack, our difficulties, our pain, our suffering. In the Andes, they use this word hucha, which sometimes is translated as dense energy. It could be translated as sin in the sense of the Christian sin, right? Fault, or difficulties, stories of painful situations, experiences. And why are we going to give to our gods that? Well, the idea of it remains intrinsically mysterious, but I have this vision of it. What the divine aspect of life needs from us is to live intensively, passionately. And when we live, we inevitably falls into some experiences of pain we can't have a perfect and completely harmonic life. We naturally we fall into stories. We fall into drama. That's what life is. We naturally fall into conflict. We naturally fall into some kind of suffering. And those experiences let us appreciate life. The appreciation of life doesn't come just from good experiences. The problem is that we grew up in a very difficult duality. We just are looking for good experiences, positive experiences. But in the old traditions, experiences are one. Any experience is given from the divine heart. Everything comes as a possibility to, through ourselves, the divine, through ourselves, experience itself life. So we are going to give to the divine, to the sun, our suffering, not as something that we want to get rid of, not something that is bad from us. We're going to give the suffering as a precious experience of my life. The drama of my life puts me in a very vivid uh, experience. When I suffer, I'm alive. That means that sounds a bit against of what we have learned from childhood. But every time we are exposed to some kind of difficulty, to some kind of conflict, to some kind of painful situation in a relationship, in my job, in any aspect of my life, that puts me in a fragile situation. This fragility is the possibility to engage with the divine aspect. The fragility, the vulnerability is the key ingredient to experience humbleness and openness to connect with the divine. So today, I want you to play with me just a bit to offer to Taita Inti our suffering, not in a conceptual way. I'm going to guide you to try to find any of us real situations, particular situations, intimate situations. And we're going to offer that as the most precious things we have. We're going to offer this hucha not because we want to cleanse ourselves. We want to be pristine and pure again. No, we're offering these experiences because these make us feel alive. And from that offering, we're going to receive naturally as a consequence, as reciprocity, the gift of the blessings, a blessing as a changing wave of possibilities in the situations. In Quechua language, we use the expression pachacuti when a situation turns over to something else. Well, pain will turn over to something else. We don't have complete control of what we experience, but it's gonna guide us to some other experience that later we're gonna feel suffering again, and come back to joy, and then come back to suffering, and then come back to joy, lack and overflow, black and white, that pilgrimage that we call life, it's all the time offering that drama of our life, our stories. So we are going to offer to the spirit of the sun our stories. So for that, I just want you to join me. I'm gonna put myself a bit like here. If you have your misa or your instrument, I have misa here. The misa is the bundle, sacred bundle of the Andean traditions. If you have it, well, you can hold it during our ritual. If you don't have a misa, just put your hands. Actually, the most important misa, it's in your heart. It's your heart, the altar of this ritual. So I want you to sit comfortably, relaxed, in a relaxed and calm posture, and pay attention to your breath. Just centralize your attention to your heart. Just focus in your heart. And imagine that your heart could be a door, a window that you can open, or the heart could be a flower that could be open now. Feel your heart like a flower that is opening. And now I want you to face east. I'm not going to turn over. East is in my back. If I turn my back to you, you won't listen properly. But I want you to find your east direction in your room or wherever you are, and just face east. And as we are facing east, we're going to call the presence of the wind, the air. And I want you to imagine that the sun is coming out from the horizon, this beautiful show of lights and colors that offers the sunrise. So imagine a sunrise coming out in the horizon. And we are going to call the spirit of the wind, it's called Taita Waira. We are going to call him for 3 times using the word of invocation Hampui, Hampui Taita Waira. We're going to repeat it for 3 times. From our heart, a childish heart, we're going to ask for its presence. We're going to invoke the presence of the wind. So just focus in your heart, breathe in, Hampui Taita Waira. One more time, breathe in. Hampui Taita Waira. And one more time, breathe in. Hampui Taita Waira. And imagine that the winds come into your face and bring the new, the beginnings, the lightness of the ideas, the creativity. Now we are going to turn ourselves 90 degrees, like a quarter of a cycle, circle, a quarter of a circle to the right, and we are going to face south. Facing south, we are going to call, invoke, ask humbly the presence of the unique power of fire. And for that, we're going to call the spirit of Titanina, using the invocation word Hampui, Hampui Titanina. So from our heart, imagine a midday, the sun on top of the sky, the heat and the fire. And breathe in, Hampui Titanina. Again, breathe in, Hampui Titanina. One more time, breathe in, Hampui Titanina. Stay there for a moment, receiving the blessings of the presence of the fire, the transmutating fire. Now we're going to turn 90 degrees to the right to face west. And as we face west, we're going to ask for the presence, the unique power of the waters. Imagine a sunset, a beautiful sunset, and we're going to call her the mother of the waters, Mama Kocha. We're going to use the word of invocation, Hampui, to ask her in, to ask her come in, to be with us, to be present with us. So, from our heart, breathe in, Hampui Mama Kocha. Breathe in again, Hampui Mama Kocha. One more time, breathe in, Hampui Mama Kocha. And feel this refreshing sense of waters, cleaning, flowing, nourishing. And again, we're going to turn one more time to the right, 90 degrees or a quarter of a circle, to face north. And when we face north, we're going humbly to call for the presence of the unique power of the earth. And imagine black night, full of stars, this black blanket that the earth becomes one in this darkness, the darkness of abundance, the darkness of fertility, the darkness of creation. So we are going to call the presence of the earth with the proper ancient name of Alpamama. We're going to call for Alpamama using the word of invocation, Hampui. So, from our heart, breathe in, Hampui Alpamama. Again, breathe in, Hampui Alpamama. And one more time, breathe in, Hampui Alpamama. And feel this feeling of black soil full of fertility, full of abundance. And now we come back to the center and we're going to face down to recognize, to call for the presence of the mother, Pachamama, the embracing motherly connection with the earth. We're going to call Pachamama for 3 times from our heart as children calling for the mom. So from our heart, breathe in. Ham Pui Pachamama. Again, breathe in. Ham Pui Pachamama. And one more time, breathe in. Ham Pui Pachamama. And feel from downwards, from the underworld coming in, a feeling of a feminine embrace, a motherly embrace. And now we're going to face up to the sky, to Taita Inti. We're going to call the father of the sky, the father son. We're going to call like we are calling our father. So from our heart, this little childish heart, we're going to call the father. So from our heart, breathe in. Ham Pui Taita Inti. Again, breathe in. Ham Pui Taita Inti. And one more time. Breathe in. Ham Pui Taita Inti. And feel the light, the warmth coming from the sky, embracing us like the hand of a father. And finally, we are opening our heart to connect with the heart of life, Munai Sonko. The heart connected to the heart of life, the possibility to realize that we are part of everything, of everyone, totality and unity together in our heart. So we're going to call for 3 times Munai Sonko, Hampui Munai Sonko, to open our heart to the heart of life. So breathe in. Hampu Munai Sonko. Again, breathe in. Hampu Munai Sonko. And one more time, breathe in. Hampu Munai Sonko. Okay, slowly you can open your eyes. And now we are going to prepare the jewels. We're going to prepare the offerings. We're going to connect with our stories, with our pain, with our difficulties, with our emotions. So first, I want you to put your hands in your liver, in the right side of your abdomen. And we are going from the liver, we're going to connect with some emotions that we are going to offer to the sun. So place your hands on top of your liver, close your eyes, and pay attention from your memories to situations related to anger, rage, frustration, violence, situations that you felt you were in the main role or you perceive in your stories, not an abstract feeling, but real situations. Try to let the memories come in, situations that are currently now happening, situations from your past related to anger, frustration, violence, rage. Just pay attention to your memories. When you have that, those intimate feelings of pain, suffering, conflict, you have it in your hands, like jewels, like flowers. We're going to offer them to the sun. So imagine them as flowers in your hands. Close your eyes. Breathe in as deep as you can. And as we do this, we're going to take our hands up to our head. And as we breathe out, we're going to offer these flowers to the sun. And then come back to the liver again. Connect with those emotions, with these intimate situations, stories, the drama of your life in form of anger, rage, and frustration. Breathe in and take your hands up to the sky. Open your hands like offering the flowers. Breathing out to the sun. And one more time from the liver. Breathe in. Take those flowers to the sky and offer them to the sun. Okay. Now take your hands to the left side of your abdomen, in your spleen. And we are going to try to find situations of worry, anxiety, and over control. Tension, right? Tense situations. Lack of trust. Let them come. Situations of worry. Situations of anxiety, of tension and over control. And as they come, not as an abstract idea, but real situations that are printed in your memories, in your body. We're going to take them as flowers to the sun. So pay attention, breathe in, and take your hands, the flowers of your spleen in your hands, and breathe out and deliver it to the sun as an offering. Again, your hands in your spleen, the left side of your abdomen. Breathe in. Take your hands up to your head and up and offering them those flowers, the hucha, to the sun. One more time. From the left side of our abdomen, breathe in. Take them up to your head and offer them to the sun. Okay. Now take your hands to your gut, to your belly, to your navel, and there to your uterus, and there We are going to connect with stories and situations related to fear, situations related to lack, situations related to abandonment. We are going to offer these flowers, these situations, real situations, this drama, this painful feeling, this suffering to the sun. As the experience we are living, they made us alive. So pay attention, breathe in and take them as flowers up to your head, and breathe out and offer it to the sun. Again, go down. Feel again those situations of fear, situations of lack, of horror, fright, panic, and breathe in, take them up to your head and offer it to the sun. Breathing out like flowers. And one more time from your gut. Breathe in and offer it like flowers to the sun. Okay, now take your hands to your heart. And we're looking for situations, for stories, narrative in our life related to hate, unlove, cowardice, any situation related to hate, cruelty, unlove, cowardice. Just try to find stories, current stories, old stories, anything that comes out right now when we say hate, cruelty, unlove, cowardice. And we are going to offer it to the sun. Okay, so breathe in, take it in your hands, and offer it to the sun, breathing out. Again, go to your heart, breathe in, and breathe out, and offer it to the sun. One more time, breathe in, take your hands up to your head, and breathe out, and offer it to the sun. Like flowers. Okay, now take your hands to the sides of your ribs, in your lungs, and we are going to find situations related to sadness, melancholy, sorrow, grief, real situations, intimate situations, situations that affected us, sadness, grief, melancholy, sorrow, guilty, guilt, and all that we're going to offer to the sun. So breathe in And take your hands like flowers, holding flowers, and offer it to the sun. Again, go to your lungs, breathe in, take your hands up to your head and breathe out and offer it to the sun. Again, one more time. Take your hands up to your head and breathing out, offer it to the sun. Okay, now you take your hands to your throat. And in here, we are looking for situations related to indifference, cynicism, depression, uncommunication, situations that we feel away, indifferent, unconnected, uncommunicated, lack of interest to connect with life. We are going to offer these real situations to the sun as flowers. So breathe in, take your hands up to your head and breathe out and offer it to the sun. Again, from your throat, breathe in and breathe out and offer the flowers of your throat. And one more time, connected with the indifference, cynicism, depression. Breathe in and offer it to the sun. Breathing out. Okay. And the last spot, take your hands to your forehead. And we're going to look for situations of inattention, distraction, confusion, obsession, being in a maze, in a labyrinth of thoughts, this confusing thinking, overthinking mental states. And we're going to offer it all to the sun. So prepare yourself, breathe in, and take these flowers to the sky, to the Father of the sky. Breathing out, offer it as flowers. Again, breathe in, breathe out, and offer it to the sun. And one more time, breathe in, breathe out, and offer the flowers of your head to the sun. And now, open your arms and feel the possibility of correspondence from the sun to you. A shower of blessings, a bath of blessings coming from the sun. Just stay there, trying to perceive the correspondence, the reciprocity from the sun. From your head to your feet, from the right to the left, from the front to the back. We are receiving the blessings of the sun. Saminche, blessings. And slowly bring all those blessings with your hands from to your head, then to your throat, then to your lungs, then to your heart, then to your gut, to your uterus, then to your spleen, then to your liver, and the whole of your body blessed by the light, the warm light of Taita Inti. And finally, take your hands to the heart and allow the flowers of the garden of the heart to expel the most precious perfume we could have, the gratitude for being here and now, open-hearted to connect with life, to recognize us as children of the sun. Gratitude for everyone, everything that is part of my life, in reciprocity, in correspondence, giving and receiving, receiving and giving. Gratitude to the entire universe. And slowly join the palms of your hands in prayer. And as you open your eyes, slowly, very slowly, you can say with me if you want, Urpichai Sankochai, Urpichai Sankochai, Urpichai Sankochai. I'm blessed, literally blessed by the sun right now. So beautiful. Thank you for being there. Thank you for playing with us. Thank you for making it meaningful, literal, real. It's not something in our head. It's happening right now, today, in the planet. Believe it or not, it's happening right now. It's happening right now. So thank you for being there. Thank you for ritualizing together this moment, even if you are in the Kapach or the Inti Raymi, in the overflowing or in the orphanity of the lack. Either way, we are connecting with the divine. Thank you, Selena. Thank you, Gemma. Thank you, Amma. Thank you, Dev. And I see you next Wednesday. Every Wednesday, we have live classes of Kai, Kanchari and Yoga. We are as well offering the possibility to join us in a very intense, intimate pilgrimage to Peru next October, at the end of October. I'm going to send all the information to the group. This is the right moment to decide if you want to join us. It's the right moment to buy the tickets. It's the right moment to find the ways to join us. It's going to be a very beautiful experience. We're going to visit some of the most sacred temples of the Andean traditions, and especially the most sacred temple, which is not human-made temple, the mountain of Ausangate, an amazing being. We're going to meet that being, this real being in the mountains. So if you're interested, I'm going to send all the information in the group. And obviously, periodically, we are always sharing some poetic experience like this in the YouTube, in the Instagram, or by Zoom, by the courses we are giving. So thank you for being there, and I hope to see you next time. Enjoy this day. Enjoy the possibility, the real possibility to be embraced by these changing times. Big hug, and I hope this prayer help us to find ease and peace in so much conflicts in our world, especially in the Middle East. So blessings, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.